And the ACLU is really the gold standard when it comes to equity and civil rights and reforming our broken criminal justice system and ensuring fair treatment.
ACLU became a good partner in that because they were really comprehensive in their support, not just to push through a piece of legislation, but to basically stand with the author of that legislation and help them to navigate the waters that were there and to make sure that they did not become the casualty in the process of making change.
This new advocacy arm really just bringing forth another layer of transparency, another layer of authenticity, but also just another layer of accountability.
We are thrilled to welcome Carlos Marquez to lead this new organization. He's a proven leader with over 15 years of experience building movements, and we're excited for him to execute on the vision for this new era of statewide advocacy, one that continues our history of legislative success and which looks to the future to build a strong base of supporters ready to mobilize in the Capitol and in our communities.
I grew up in an agricultural town called Visalia. Visalia was really the source of my definition of justice, or perhaps more accurately, injustice. Growing up in the Central Valley, in the midst of gang culture, where you understand very clearly that you have to fight for what you believe and you have to fight for your very protection.
He's just one of those guys that are in the mix. Things that I never knew the LGBT Center did, they started doing under Carlos's leadership, and it's not a surprise to me at all. It's just what Carlos does. You know, he takes something and he makes it great.
He helped me so much when it dealt with schools and kids who are not being taught. He was a strong advocate for that. He was a strong advocate for communities that where there's police brutality and misuse of force in communities. And he wanted to utilize his resources wherever they may be to make sure communities understood what was going on and communities were being protected.
Carlos Marquez is an exceptional leader in the progressive movement. Carlos has been and continues to be a leader, and he is someone who deeply believes in bringing people together, finding common ground, but always understanding that we have bright lines when it comes to civil rights and equality and protecting our communities.
When you see his core values, where he came from, how he was raised and what he had to endure, and then what he became, how he used that for constructive advocacy and effective advocacy, and how he's going from that to being just a true leader for the entire state.
We need a force like that, a force that has demonstrated and proven itself over time, and a force in the legislatures around this nation.
I feel very prepared to enter the rough and tumble world of the ACLU. The ACLU is venerated because it has taken everybody on equally in defense of the Bill of Rights and in defense of the Constitution and the most vulnerable.